Folks, I'm back, and we're still out here at the Trunk or Treat Festival here with the TRC Church, the Dairy Queen, and East from West Coffee Shop. And I've got a unique lady in front of me. Her name is Debbie, and she's got a story she's going to tell you. Take it away, Debbie.
Okay. I belong to a quilt guild called Miami Valley Quilters Guild, and we meet in Fairborn, Ohio. And one of our community projects that we do is we work with an organization called Quilts of Valor. Quilts of Valor is a national organization. It's began in 2003. It's just a grassroots organization who make quilts and award them to veterans and active military who have served our country and who are touched by war. The Quilts of Valor started in 2003, and since that time, the organization has awarded 147,000 quilts to our veterans and our active military.
That's awesome.
It is. I mean, it's just...
This is a nationwide organization.
Nationwide organization,
okay.
Yes. Each state has a state coordinator. People go to the website is www.qovf.org. If you have somebody who you are interested in receiving one of these, you just go to that website. There's a place where you can put request a quilt, and you give all the information. That information goes to the state coordinator, who sends it on to local people, and we take care of those requests.
Now, do you need quilting volunteers too?
Well, actually, our guild has, we have over 200 people in our guild.
Wow.
And we've been doing this for the last 4 years. During that time, our guild alone has awarded over 140 quilts to people in the Miami Valley, to veterans and active service in the Miami Valley.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So where do you cram 200 people in that to make a quilt?
Well, we meet, our meetings are at Fairborn Senior Citizen Center in Fairborn. And we actually have, every November, we have a block drive. And members in our group make a 12.5-inch quilt block in patriotic colors, and then we have volunteers who take those blocks and make them into quilts. We have other individuals who just make one on their own. We also have a sew-in every month at the Little Shop of Stitches in Miamisburg, who graciously donate their classroom space to us. And we have about 20 ladies that get together and we put together quilts. Other people use big long arm machines and they quilt them. Other people bind them. It's just, like I said, so many people are involved in the making of these quilts because everybody wants to be involved with this, and because they feel so strongly about honoring our military. So,
can I give you a little insight?
Yes.
Out at the Dayton VA, they have the hospice unit.
Yes, they do.
Well, then you've been there.
I have not been there, but some of our quilts have gone there. Yes.
Well, that's what I was going to suggest. You just, especially for this Christmas, those guys.
Right.
Those guys, they can't get out.
Oh, I know. And our issue is the quilts come in, the quilts go out. We get so many requests, we can hardly keep up with the request.
Yeah. So what if I said to you right now, I want 20 quilts for veterans at the hospice center?
You would have to give me about 6 months, and I could get those for you. I can't get them done by Christmas, though.
What about putting in the request for next year?
I think we could do that, definitely.
You're pretty awesome, Debbie.
Yeah, we can do that.
You know, at the Dayton VA, we got the last surviving Darby's Ranger.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's in the hospice unit.
Yeah.
He may not be around long. He's like 98 now.
Well, I want to tell you about another one, too. Actually, 2 of them.
Okay.
We just got a request a couple weeks ago for somebody who lives near the Senior Citizen Center, who's 96 years old and was at Pearl Harbor, and was not actually in where the bombing was, but was stationed on another ship that was right there. And he has been invited back he's been back to Hawaii during some of those anniversaries and just treated like a king, because, you know, he's one of our few survivors that have been left there. So we're going to award him a quilt in a couple of weeks. And then another one I wanted to tell you about is Ed Rose, who is a member of our church here. Ed is in his 90s and is a World War II veteran. And what we do, anytime we get a World War II veteran request, they go to the top of the list because we just don't know how long, we'll have
Right.
them with us. So those go automatically in front of everybody else. And so we honored Ed. My husband was like, he sees everything because our house is full of Quilts of Valor stuff. And he is like, I am requesting one for Ed. And so we took care of that at Memorial Day, at our church service on Sunday of Memorial Day.
Was that here at
weekend.
this church?
Yes, it was. Yes.
Okay.
And we actually honored all of our veterans, and then we did a special one for Ed, where we gave him the quilt at that time. Surprised him. He just couldn't believe. And so then today, his daughter brings in a flag that was signed by a number of World War II veterans when he was stationed in the Philippines. And I guess this flag has been around. He doesn't even remember signing it. But this flag has been around for a long time, and it had all the names and their addresses. And he has, his daughter has it right now, and it's being passed around to everybody who's still living, whose name was on that flag. So
Wow.
we hear wonderful, wonderful stories.
So your pastor tells me that this flag kind of got like dislocated
It
at
sounds
one time.
like it. Yeah, and I'm not positive of the whole story, so I don't want to tell a whole lot because I don't want to mess it up at all.
Right.
But just what they were talking about this morning. But my husband took pictures of it, so he's got pictures of that flag also, and it's a part of history. I mean, it's just and unfortunately we're losing that part of history. As these veterans get older. So.
There's two guys that I'm aware of that are Pearl Harbor survivors.
Mm-hmm.
One of them lives up in Urbana.
Okay. There was an Urbana guy on that flag.
And he is his name was Bud Kelch.
Okay.
And every year on December 7th, he goes down to City Hall and he lays a wreath in memory of his fallen comrades.
Yeah. Well, 75th anniversary this year.
He's 97 or something like that himself.
Wow. They all
so.
are. So that's kind of the story of what we do. We hear wonderful, wonderful stories. We have so many Vietnam veterans whose wives have requested them. If you get on the Quilts of Valor website, or even on Facebook, Quilts of Valor has a website or a Facebook site also, and people just put pictures up and the stories, and we hear so many things about where we tell them they are to use these quilts. They aren't to be just put as a
Right.
an heirloom. They're to be used, and they tell us that I used to have nightmares when I use this quilt. I don't have my nightmares.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of them end up being recliner quilts. They use them when they're watching football or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They wrap up in them.
Yep, they do. So it's just lots of hugs and lots of prayers go into those quilts, and so that's what we want for them.
Thank you on behalf of all the veterans in the United States.
Well, thank you. And so it's like you're a veteron also.
Yeah, I
Thank
was
you.
a tank commander back in my day.
Wow, it's just every.
I giggle with people. I could park my tank right there if I wanted to. They said, how? And I'd say, well, if I can't get it in between, guess what?
It goes over the top.
Yeah.